So recently I went back for another playthrough of Skyrim to try the new Bard's expansion to the game. As you can tell, I wanted to play as a bard traveling around the province and playing music for people's delight. It was honestly some of the most fun I've had in any playthrough, and if you haven't already, I would definitely give it a try. But during my many travels, this got me wanting to do something that I haven't done in a very long time, and that is go beyond the border of Skyrim and explore new lands, particularly that a little further south. And what is up guys, Andrew from the Denmen here, and today I want to take a look back at a mod that some consider to be on par with that of the Dragonborn DLC, and maybe even Skyrim itself. This brings us to Beyond Skyrim Bruma, and if you are excited, make sure you hit that like button and comment what province of Beyond Skyrim you are most excited for. With that being said, we have a lot to go over, so get comfy, grab that bottle of Blackbriar Mead, and let's get right into the video. First things first, let's take a look at a brief overview of the mod itself. Beyond Skyrim by the Beyond Skyrim team has a vision to bring the world of the Elder Scrolls to life. That means most locations that you can think of, they are probably making in the Elder Scrolls 5. What they are doing is something quite tremendous, and it is crazy to think that someone other than Bethesda will be the ones to accomplish this. We will be able to see most of the provinces of Tamriel and then add a little bit more. It will take place in the same time period of Skyrim, even though we are returning to regions like Cyrodiil and Morrowind. They will be set after the Oblivion Crisis and eruption of Red Mountain, so we will be able to see them in an entirely new light. To put it in perspective, we will be seeing plenty of new additions to these provinces that we have never seen before, but also be able to recognize some of the older places from those respective games. Beyond Skyrim is attempting to make most of Tamriel with 8 different mod teams, each for their own region. The locations that we will be seeing from the mod teams are as follows: Morrowind, Cyrodiil, Elsewhere, the Black Marsh, Rosgria, Atmora, Hammerfell, High Rock, and most recently, Valenwood. All of the locations will feel like their own game with their own storylines, quests, soundtracks, voice characters, items, and basically anything that you can think of. As you can see by now, these are not just mods, these are basically their own DLC, just like Dragonborn or Dawnguard. Each of the teams work independent to their projects, but will occasionally share assets between them to keep the high quality that they want to maintain. It is for this reason that they will all have their own distinctive features to them and will be extremely detailed. The one Bruma is a part of is the Cyrodiil team and is considered to be a pre-release. These so-called pre-releases are little areas of the larger map that can be played before the real one makes its debut. The area of Bruma could be considered a DLC in and of itself, but then you add the rest of Cyrodiil and you can see why people are extremely hyped for this mod. Right now they're planning to have a lot more pre-releases, but a few of note with the New North from the Morrowind team and the Three Kingdoms from the Iliac Bay team. Each will bring a distinct environment that we have not seen before in Skyrim, and I am definitely excited to actually play them when they come out. We will be taken to the cities of Faerûn and Johanna while also traveling to the Abyssinian Isles and the Three Kingdoms. This will be fairly well sized with a good look at what the Iliac Bay project will look like when it's fully released. Consider the Three Kingdoms to be on the same level as Bruma was, but a little different culture-wise, with Bretons and Redguards getting the main focus. While in the New North, we will be seeing the islands of both Bleak Rock and Sheogorath. In scale, they will be about the same size as Solstheim from the Dragonborn DLC was, and will also have their own quest, items, and a brand new soundtrack for each. More recently, the Valenwood team announced that they will be doing a pre-release with the area surrounding the city of Arenthia. This will cover most of the southern border of Cyrodiil and the northwestern side of Elsewhere. That means we will be seeing a number of different cultures involved even before the full Valenwood project is released. Elsewhere will also be getting its own, known as the Greater Rim. This will involve the city of Rimmen, and for those who played through the Elsewhere expansion of ESO will remember it well. Rimmen was a massive focal point of the expansion, and to be quite honest, Elsewhere is likely the one I'm most excited to be seeing. Now let's get back to Bruma itself. Many people remember a lot of locations from the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, which took place in Cyrodiil. Some of these include Frostcrag Spire, Cloud Ruler Temple, and obviously the city of Bruma itself. Now, like I said, this is just a small portion of the entire Cyrodiil map, so that means we are missing a lot of quests related to different regions and a ton of locations. That doesn't mean that this is some lifeless area with nothing to do, because that is certainly not the case. Before you even enter Cyrodiil, you have to make your first choice on how you want to get in. I'll leave this to all of you to find out, but there is one dungeon on the border between the provinces, and it is one of the best we have ever seen in the game. I think this is what really sets it apart from other mods out there, because on top of the location itself, there are a ton of choices to make. This is even further established because right when you enter the heart of Tamriel, you are thrown into the action with another quest that does tie into the world of Skyrim. We can see a number of these choices throughout Bruma, and honestly, this is exactly what makes it feel like it is naturally a part of Skyrim itself. Let's talk about the actual region for a second though, because from my time exploring, it has proved to be quite a unique experience. This really does feel like a new land. It doesn't just reuse the same Skyrim assets. We see plenty of new and interesting environments and places to explore, which is exactly what makes it such a breath of fresh air. I'm talking from the snowy mountains to the green lowlands and even the Iliad ruins. There is just so much that gives it that unique feeling to the game. Now, this is just a small portion of what will be a much larger map, and you can see bits and pieces that will line up with the overarching story of Cyrodiil. But I will say Bruma County as a whole does feel like it can stand on its own somewhat. However, I will also say seeing the Imperial City on the other side of the river really is just a big tease, but hopefully we will be getting the rest of the mods somewhat in the near future. If you haven't given it a try already, this is one mod you do not want to miss out on. Now, I want to give a quick update to each of the Beyond Skyrim projects before we wrap up the video. Recently, we got this year's Creation ModCon, and there was a ton of the mod that we did see. During it, we did see more of certain provinces than others because each one is in a different stage of development. For example, projects like Elsewhere and Valenwood are still pretty early in its development lifecycle, while a place like Rosgura is closer to being released. The Beyond Skyrim team has certainly been active since the Creation ModCon last year by giving us concept art of items we will be seeing, images of certain locations we will be exploring in-game, and a full-on map design of the provinces for the mod. At this point, it doesn't even feel like a mod anymore. This can certainly be described as its own game from the level of design and depth it's been given, and I'm definitely excited for it since we saw a lot of it at Creation ModCon last year. We were able to see a lot of what they were working on, like quest design for Morrowind or the two distinct regions of Anaquina and Palatine for Elsewhere. As always, Cyrodiil is looking amazing, and the level of depth they are putting into the city designs is absolutely fantastic, and then the Iliac Bay project is well on its way to being a very unique one. Beyond Skyrim is aiming to do something that is no small feat. As of right now, there's no set release date for any of the projects, but it has been noted that Rosgura is pretty far in its development, and we could be seeing it come out sometime this year or more likely next. Atmora is also on its way to be a lot closer than people think, and even though it is not one of the main provinces of Tamriel, it will bring with it a lot of exploration and secrets to find. We are still a little ways away from projects like Elsewhere, Valenwood, and the Black Marsh, but we will continue to get looks into each of the different mods, so stay tuned for more. Beyond Skyrim is attempting to do something that has never been done in modding history, with bringing the whole continent of Tamriel into one game. It will no doubt be an unforgettable experience when all of the projects are finally released, but until then we will just have to wait and see what to expect from all of the mods. I am excited to finally get a look into other provinces of Tamriel, and it is coming in a big way with Beyond Skyrim. But that is all for me now though, guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, comment any videos you want to see in the future, and I'll see you all next time.